We're talking about data visualization, and I'm going to come at it from two perspectives. One of those is really my research perspective, that is visualizing health data, but the other is the very generic problem that we all face, whatever field we're doing our research in, which is making the transition from some really excellent fundamental research into something that is a successful application that is used in the real world. So I'm going to start with that second perspective, and my thanks to my son for drawing this diagram. What we're showing here is what's known as the technology readiness level, something that was created by NASA in the 1970s and is widely used today to sort of plot the path from research into application. And actually, is there a pointer? Brilliant, thank you. So sort of over here, we've got the first three levels of the TRL, the laboratory research typically taking place in universities, in government labs, and also in some corporate labs. And then over this side, you've got the last three levels, which are the sort of steps of getting adoption in the real world. And then the three levels that are sitting there in between is colloquially known as the valley of death. This is where research stumbles and never makes it across that valley to become adopted in the real world. And of course, that can happen for various reasons. So in this talk, I'm going to tell you about three projects. They've each produced a piece of software, and they've had varying degrees of success in bridging that valley. And each of those projects, I think, can provide us one of those generic lessons. So from the first one, from software called ACE, is how you go about finding out what's important to your users. For the second one, software called Orchestral, when you're doing something really, really novel, quite unlike what your users have seen before, how can you get them and help them to imagine what the benefits will be such that you can get them involved? And then the last one of those rare examples that managed to make it all the way from basic research starting in 2006 through to a product being launched in 2019, the Leeds Virtual Microscopes, using that to look back at what are the ingredients of a perfect project. So that's one of the perspectives. The other perspective is from the point of view of data visualization. And here I've placed it in the context of the workflow of a data scientist, which has the 6 steps. And it's the first 3 steps which are actually the most time-consuming.